Well, the Bassmaster Elite Series 2019 composed of 9 regular season events. And guess what, folks? We have reached that final one. Welcome to the Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite, coming to you from Lake Tenkiller. We'll get to that in just a moment. Welcome to Toyota Bassmaster Studios. I'm Tommy Sanders here with Davey Height. And Davey, Mother Nature changed the ending of our season, especially with regard to season.
Certainly did. This tournament was supposed to be held early June, the beginning of summer, which the fishing is much, much better in the beginning of summer. Obviously, we all know that. Those fish are moving out from those springtime, the spawning areas out to those deeper ledges. Would have been a great tournament. Well, they're always great tournaments. Some are just more difficult than others. When you change the event from early June to September, makes it much, much more difficult, just the time of year.
And not just a time change, but a whole location change as we look at our Yamaha Unlock the Lake, and we take a look at Grand Lake, which is the final lake in that Grand River system, which comes out of Missouri basically and comes down through Grand Lake into Lake Fort Gibson. But Fort Gibson very much affected by the floods, and Davey, they just couldn't get it tournament ready. Couldn't find a ramp that could handle the launching of a major tournament like this, so a move was necessitated.
Well, the move was definitely necessary, and hey, it was a big deal to change the time of year. The season made the fishing a little more difficult, but here when you change it to Tenkiller, no Bassmaster Elite Series events have been there. Almost none of these fishermen have been on Lake Tenkiller before. Makes that difficult, but it makes it an even playing field, no doubt about it. So a very, very interesting tournament unfolding at a very interesting time of year. The fishing is more difficult. Here's something to add to the difficulties here. Spotted bass, 12 inches, largemouth and smallmouth. 16-inch size limit is more difficult this time of year. September, a lot of these fish are roaming out over open water, 30, 40, 50 feet deep, chasing the bait fish, that sort of thing, and some of the fish will be right up on the bank, very, very shallow. That 16-inch minimum for largemouth and smallmouth bass certainly makes this challenging.
Well, you can see it's a very, very beautiful place here in the Ozark Mountains. Of course, this time of year, the last event, we have to think about Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year and think about our leader, Scott Canterbury.
Here he is right now, our Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year later, Scott Canterbury, the last regular season event of the year. And man, before this Elite Series season started, if I told you you'd be sitting in this spot, I bet you would have taken that deal in a heartbeat.
Oh, no doubt. The goal just was to make the classics. Most definitely would I've taken it. I would have taken it even if I wasn't here.
You know, a lot of people will look at your season and be like, well, he must have had tons of experience on all those bodies of water. Half the bodies of water you had never, ever been into. How have you put yourself in this position?
That's pretty tough, but I think a lot of times when we get a bunch of experience on a lake, we get to fish in history and that hurts you. So, I've fished off of instincts most of the year, but the good Lord's really blessed me.
A little bit of emotion there for Scott Canterbury, understandable in this position, but the thing to remember is he has definitely put in the work during the course of this season. Look at that outstanding record. The only hiccup you could say would be Lake Fork, and maybe finished a little higher than he expected to at Guntersville, but here he comes to Tenkiller and needing to hold serve one more time.
Yeah, it can too. Big old smallmouth. That'll keep.
Well, despite that good fish, not the day Scott Canterbury was wanting. He finishes day one in 30th place with just, almost 9 pounds, but that opens the door for another great performer during the course of the season, Stetson Blaylock, who takes the lead.
Looking for 13.5, 15 pounds, 9 ounces, 15.9, and Stetson Blaylock looking to become a 2-time Elite Series champion. Already 2 members of that club.
Stetson Blaylock, talk about his fantastic season there. You see a very slow start for him on the St. Johns River, but there, except for Lake Guntersville, he has been sterling throughout the entire season, including a win at Winyah Bay after having finished second place the week before at Lake Hartwell. He will have a fond place in his heart for South Carolina, but he's got to deal with Tenkiller today, Davey.
He sure does, but I really like his approach. This water is falling about a foot and a half a day, and it makes it real difficult for the anglers that chose to fish shallow. A lot of the anglers have not been here at Lake Tenkiller, so the first thing you do on an unfamiliar lake, most people go to what's obvious, what's visual. Stetson Blaylock fishing offshore, definitely better for him.
You talk about another guy who's been a part of the conversation just about every time, Chris Haldane.
13 pounds, 15 ounces with 25 even. Once again, the South Dangerous one is leading on the Bassmaster Elite Series.
Momentum is everything in this sport, and I'm coming off 2 top 10s. today I just fished free. Yesterday I was in 13th place, and I felt a lot of pressure because of the AOY points race. Today I went out there, no pressure, tried to have fun, didn't think about the AOY race, and we caught a nice bag. So it's all about momentum.
Momentum's certainly what you want from the start to the end of this season. Chris Haldane's certainly gotten it. He's got 2 second-place finishes already, and in the majority of the tournaments he's fished in this year, he has held a lead at one point or another.
Absolutely incredible season for Chris Haldane. And I couldn't agree more with momentum. It's all about momentum and trusting your instincts, and that's what Chris Haldane is certainly doing.
Yeah, so, you know, that area, there's one. Stay on there. Big smallie. Oh, stay. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, yeah, stop it. Oh, stay on there. Big old giant smallie. Come on. Come on. Stop that. Oh. Come here. Yeah! Nice brown one. Yes. Slow and steady, baby. Nice 3-pound smallie.
Another strong tournament for Chris Haldane. He would finish day 2 in second place, but taking over the lead. Well, having his best tournament of the season for sure. From the Okeechobee, Florida area, Kyle Monty, and you wouldn't expect a guy from that part of the country to have his 2 best finishes with the Bassmasters at Smith Lake and here at Tenkiller, but there it is.
Yeah! Let's go! Gosh, that feels good, dude. Oh. Thank you, Lord. Oh, man, it ain't that big. Gosh, it feels good. I gotta pull those other ones. That's a 3-pounder, for sure. We got some good ones now, Russ. Let's go, Russ.
Kyle Monty, 16 pounds, 9 ounces, the biggest bag of the tournament to this point, gives him 39-11 and an Elite Series lead for Kyle Monty.
Oh, incredible work from Kyle Monty right there, taking over the lead, and not by a little bit, taking over the lead by a lot. As we head into day number 4, take a look at Kyle Monty in an almost 3-pound lead ahead of Chris Haldane. Carl Jacobson having a big week here on Tenkiller, and Cory Johnston, another angler who's been a part of the conversation all year long. We got a big final day coming up.
The Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite at Lake Tenkiller is brought to you by Power Pole, Skeeter Boats, Yamaha, and by Toyota.
Bassmaster Elite Series, the final event of the season, the Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite. Move to Lake Tenkiller. The time of year has changed. It's a very, very tough proposition for all our anglers, and we are down to 10 of them on this final day here in a huge lead. Ordinarily, you wouldn't call just under 3 pounds a huge lead. Believe me, on this lake, that is a big lead. That will be a mountain to climb for the likes of Chris Haldane, Carl Jacobson having his best tournament of the year. As we say, Cory Johnston has been great all year long, just about. The rest of our guys, they're happy to be here. Last shot in a regular season Elite Series trophy.
Yeah, very difficult event here. You see the weights just 10, 11, 12 pounds a day is good. Kyle Monty with the 16 pounds just gave him that big lead. Everyone knows how critical this tournament is. They're all critical, but when the fishing is tough, it makes it even more crucial.
We need to catch a big bag today. We're 5 pounds behind, I think, so we're just gonna go fishing, see what happens, run a bunch of stuff, and see where the wind blows us today.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the year of the comeback, so couldn't think of a better way to to end the season with another good comeback today.
I feel unreal. It's a crazy way to end the season. I've had a super tough season, so to close it out with a top 10, sitting in third, it's my birthday. You couldn't ask for a better birthday present.
It doesn't matter if you're in first today, it matters after today. So that's what we're after. We're going out here to try to put another 15, 16 pounds in the boat and slam the door on this thing.
6 top 10s this year. We've been so close so many times, man. I've tried so many different formulas to win on Championship Sunday, and man, if it's your time, it's your time. I mean, things just have to go my way in the next 8 hours to win this tournament. I'm just gonna put myself in big fish areas and swing for it, man.
Well, you know, you got to keep your eye on Chris Haldane on this final day. So close he has come so many times this season. And look at his standing in Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points right there behind Scott Canterbury, Cory Johnston of Canada, trying to be the first Canadian to win this year. And, of course, the first Canadian to ever win Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Stetson Blaylock. We talked about him having a great season. Drew Cook certainly leading Dick's Sporting Goods Rookie of the Year and leading by a prohibitive number right now. Brandon Lester, and all the rest, so many of them playing big in this tournament. Take a look at the year for Chris Haldane there. Just missed cut on the very first tournament. That was a little tough. And Winyah Bay, if he had just made the cut at Winyah Bay, I don't think we'd be having much of a discussion about Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year.
No doubt about it. He's had a phenomenal year. There's anglers that go their whole careers and not have 3 legitimate opportunities to win, one of them being the Bassmaster Classic. Chris Haldane's just done a phenomenal job trusting his instincts and fishing the moment. You have to do that in these 4-day events. You have to fish every day to itself, adjust to the conditions, and Chris Haldane is doing that.
Do some shallow power fishing for the first hour of the morning here for some big largemouth. Water stabilized. Yesterday they put a cork in it. The water quit dropping, so I'm just fishing depressions here. Wind-blown depressions. Very similar to what I was doing down the lake, except we're going for green ones instead of brown ones. Stay on there, you big sucker. Stay on there, you big sucker. Yeah! Yes! We're in Oklahoma. We're in Oklahoma. Ed Locker in the third. That one's for you, buddy. My roommate, Ed. Mentioned a little something on day 1 of the tournament. You're gonna help me, bub. We mix this with what we got going down there. Get our first win.
Chris Haldane showing a little love for Ed Lawford Jr. right there. All these guys form alliances where they share intel. They share the intellectual property a little bit as in the process of learning a lake and figuring out what's going on there. And Chris Haldane, obviously, what he has learned and shared, doing him some good today. Not too far from him in Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points, and also not too far away from him here on Lake Tenkiller is Cory Johnston.
You know, it started off okay. Got 2 keepers quick. You know, the conditions are right for what I'm doing. I just need to get a little bit lucky here and get a couple overs, which would be real good. I'm just gonna play it by ear and see what this sun's gonna do, see what the weather's gonna do, and we'll go from there. I don't have a whole lot to lose today. You know, I'm not gonna get out of the top 10. It's just little one. Another little keeper spot. Like I was saying, I got nothing to lose today. I'm just gonna go fishing here and see what happens. that dock pattern I'm fishing, you know, anything can happen in there. Yesterday, I should have had about 14 to 14 and a half pounds with that one I lost. So, I mean, if I can get 5 of those in those marinas, you know, you have a shot at winning.
Well, if the sun comes out, Cory Johnston certainly will have a shot at winning because he's been able to catch most of his weight in the afternoons in those marinas and those boat docks. Here with a different approach, fishing farther down the lake than the rest of the field, Cory Jacobson.
Yesterday morning I caught a 3 and a 4 here in like the first 15 minutes, so even just one bite off this spot would be good. There he is. There he is. Big one. Big one. Oh my God. Yeah, baby, yes! 4 more bites. 4 more bites like that.
That's a birthday fish right there, man.
That's a birthday present. Boom! Come on, baby. 4 more bites. 4 more bites like that.
Yeah, baby.
Jig is locked in my hand all day. It's what's put every single bass in the boat for me. So I've got to lock it in and make good decisions and get those 5 bites I need. You know, it's something I work on a lot is just your mental strength. And I've learned that if it's your time, it's your time. And that fish is just like everything. I know this is the way I can win. 4 more bites similar to that. I'm gonna have a real run at it.
It's only one fish, but boy, it's the right kind, and Cory Johnston very much encouraged by that. Kyle Monty started with the lead already. Chris Haldane has taken over that, and not far behind is Jacobson. Things tightening up on Tenkiller. Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Tournament, Bassmaster Elite Series final regular season stop of the year. We're here in the Cookson Hills, Ozarks, Oklahoma on Lake Tenkiller. Not very big, but seems to be sufficient for this crowd. And we're down to 10 anglers today. It's final day. It's Championship Sunday. And Brandon Card has had a great progression through the years here on the Bassmaster Elite Series and got a good shot at things today.
There he is. Big keeper. I think he's gonna measure. Yep. Easy. A lot better start than yesterday. I'll take it. I love top water in the morning, baby. So that spot right there is where I caught the 410 on day number 2. So the first cast over there, I caught one. So.
Well, this is a place that Brandon Card, as he said, had some success earlier. Went there on day number 3 and did not do well at all. And spent a lot of time there, burned a lot of time without much to show for it. Today looks like a bit of a different story. And now over to Kyle Monty. Started the day with the lead, and not just a small one, a good one for here on Tenkiller. But still no fish in the live well so far, but still got plenty of time to get something done.
Yes! Kyle's certainly in the driver's seat this morning with almost a 3-pound lead. But here's one thing that's concerning. He's fishing one stretch about 50, maybe 100 yards long, and this is day 4. Can these fish replenish? Certainly he'll be able to take that one to the scales.
I didn't think he was that big, dude. He bit it like a small one, and when I was reeling him up, he came straight up, so I thought he was small.
Certainly a over 16-inch keeper there for Kyle Monty, and he needed that this morning. Moving down the lake, here's Cory Jacobson. Caught one fish yesterday on this island on the lower end of the lake. No other anglers fishing down there this morning. He's hoping for bigger and better things there today. He's got his jig looking for a big bite.
Later in the fall, later in the fall. Big one, big one. Stay on, baby. Stay on. Don't do that. Big one. I can't boat flip him. Yeah, baby! Yes! Come on! 3 more bites. Lifelong dream. Come on! Let's go! I live for that right there. I live for that moment right there. Woo! 3 more bites.
That is a moment right there. Carl Jacobson needs something big to happen for him today. That oversized largemouth is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Carl using that jig, looking for those bigger bites like you'll get on jig. Not as many bites as some of these other anglers, but certainly using the right approach in my opinion. Here's a different approach. Chris Haldane with Skeeter Boats Taste to Bait. We've seen him using the spark shed all year long. This particular tournament, he's using a 1/8 ounce Okashira screw head, and it adds a little different vibration, a little flash to that swim bait, something totally different, but it's really been working well this week for Chris Haldane.
Looks good, man. It looks real good. There's one. Big. Oh. No, stay on there. Yeah. Woo! Bonus largemouth. Choked it. Got it. I was just about to say, man, it looks good for smallmouth, but there was a largemouth right there. You just don't know on this lake right now. That's a nice one. There's 3 on the largemouth side. Yes, 2 more smallmouth. We could get it done. We got plenty of time.
Haldane, he said, I got plenty of time to get it done. He's going to go to part 2 of his plan. And Chris Haldane, you notice every tournament he has got a detailed, specific plan for every day's fishing. Will this be the time when he breaks through and gets that win in 2019?
The Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite at Lake Tenkiller is brought to you by Triton Boats, Berkeley, Abu Garcia, and by Nitro Boats.
Final event of the regular season for the Bassmaster Elite Series, Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite here in the Cookson Hills in the Ozarks of Oklahoma. Lake Tenkiller, not very big, but we only have 10 anglers out there today. One of them, Keith Combs, and he's getting good results.
I'm fighting this thing, and I'm thinking, this is gonna be embarrassing if I'm pulling in a twig. Not a twig!
Well, certainly no twig there for Keith Combs. All 10 anglers seem to be doing something differently, but here's one thing you know. Keith Combs with a crankbait in his hand on Championship Sunday, you better look out.
Whoa, son! Oh yeah, we done did something here, boys. Good one, man. It's 2 good ones in there. Golly, yes, sir!
Keith Combs, great smallmouth there. We know we're headed for a big smallmouth battle up in Michigan in the postseason, but here in Oklahoma, maybe a little bit more smallmouth than we were expecting. David Mullins finishing his season strong, and he's got 3 fish in the live well today.
Big one. All right. Come off too. Mouthful of sunflower seeds.
David Mullins looking strong with 4 fish in the live well here on Championship Sunday. How about Cory Johnston? We got to know him back in 2015, only his second Elite Series event and a great showing at Lake Guntersville.
I came to America for one tournament in 2009. Previous to that, I'd never been to America or overseas, never caught a largemouth in my life.
Big one.
I came to America and I fished the US Open, and I came second as a co-angler, just fishing as a teams event, 3-day, and I caught tons of fish because it was clear water and it was kind of like back home.
Yes. Woo!
I put everything I could into it.
Get in. Woohoo!
You know, working my way up through the Bassmaster Opens, I learnt pretty quickly that you are gonna have some rough tournaments and you're gonna have some good ones, and I wasn't gonna let those bad ones, you know, knock me down.
Great story, Cory Johnston, but not a great story for his season in 2019. It has been decidedly a lean one. The only really bright point was Lake Guntersville, where he's shown very early on in his first crack at the Bassmaster Elite Series back in 2015. But boy, what a good finish here does for Cory.
Big one. Big one. Big one. Giant. Yes!
Number 3.
Number 3! That's a 4-pounder.
Keep them coming, man.
Two bites away. Just produced 2 big ones.
There he is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Come out. He's got me in the brush.
Oh no. Oh no.
He come out. He come out. He come out. He come out. Oh, stay on. He come out.
Are you freaking kidding me?
You are rocking.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? One bite. One bite. One bite away.
Boy, you watch this and you say, can this really be happening? But what drama from Cory Johnston on the final day, Davey.
Certainly has to be your Mercury move of the day by Cory. Number 2, number 3, and number 4 does not have to measure a single one of those fish. They're all solid fish, well over 16 inches. It's only mid-morning. Cory off to a phenomenal start. I mean, the day of a lifetime. His 35th birthday. And catching those 3 fish back to back to back, absolutely incredible. He's got 4 in the live well, all well over 16 inches. He needs to catch one more fish. Totally believe. Chris Haldane, Cory Johnston, some of those guys are going to make a hard charge. Speaking of Cory Johnston, he's down on the end of the lake, doing well this morning also.
Big one. Gotcha. Yeah. There you go. It's a nice one. 3-pounder.
There you go, Cory Johnston, who started this day with almost a 5-pound deficit. We know what he's capable of. He can grind his way right back into this thing. Meanwhile, Chris Haldane is in second.
That's big. Gosh, he came off. That thing just jumped 4 feet in the air. Come here. think that's a keeper. Skinny. All right, just a keeper. Man, that one I hooked was a giant, dude. Whatever it was, probably a smallmouth. Man, whatever that thing was, big.
Yeah, he did get that one in the boat. So Chris Haldane, Cory Johnston, both with 4 keepers in the boat. Still some fishing time left in this day, but Cory Johnston with the decided advantage. Welcome back. Last regular season event for the Bassmaster Elite Series 2019, the Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite. Originally scheduled for the start of summer, and here we are at the start of autumn on Lake Tenkiller, a new location. One of the races that's all but wrapped up is Drew Cook. What an amazing rookie season he had right here. Dick's Sporting Goods Bassmaster Rookie of the Year. Well, he looks to have that one locked down as we head into postseason after this event. Todd Auten finishing strong. You think he got an 8th place last week at Cayuga, and Todd doing it again this week.
He absolutely is. Just 2 solid finishes for Todd Auten. A veteran angler. He's certainly deserving, and you expect to see good things coming from Todd Auten very regularly. Speaking of good things, Hunter Schrock, certainly in 10th place, but hey, another cut, another day fishing on Championship Sunday, the final day. Certainly appreciate those points.
Last cast here. We're gonna move on. Big one. No, no, God, giant, stay. Come here, come here. No, 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 no. Come here, big thing. No, 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 no. Oh boy. No, 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 no. No, no, come here. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, that's 5 overs. Long and skinny, dude. 2 smallies. Oh, yeah. 3 largemouth.
Number 5 in the box for Chris Haldane. You got to think he has done a great job on this final day. And over to Brandon Card, needs to finish out his limit as well.
There he is. Good one. Yes, baby. That's a good one. Yes. I could tell by the way he hit. It's the best one of the day. It's number 5. Here you go. Bam. Man, he hit good. Whew, that was awesome.
Brandon Card having a great tournament. He's fishing shallower than the rest of the field that we've seen here on Championship Sunday. Isolated wood has been the ticket for Brandon Card this week.
There's another one. No! No! I just caught the best fish of the day. Threw back in there. The exact same cast had another big one on. It took me up under the log and broke my line.
Oh, those good keepers are so precious and so few and far between. That is a tough break for Brandon Card. Meanwhile, Cory Johnston done great work so far today. 4 good ones in the live well. But he's got to know he's going to need a full limit to be there at the end of the day.
Yep, there he is. There he is. There he is. Oh my God. Big smallmouth. It's the winning fish. It's the winning fish. It's the winning fish. Yeah, baby! Woo! Yes! Are you kidding me? I'm shaking. Oh, I can't stand up. Oh, look at that thing. That could be a $100,000 fish right there. Waited my whole life to catch that fish. Whew, man, I can't tell you what I'm feeling right now. Oh, that's a lifetime, a dedication, passion. I'm just loving the game. That's the way you do it. Far out. Gotta get myself together. Oh, if I get beaten, that's fine. The person that beat me definitely deserved it, but I'm gonna make him work for it. Oh. Babe, that was for you. Kayla, Rupee, Australia. Thank you, everyone. Fear my heart. That's what it says, and that's been my mantra. To do anything good. Oh, it takes a lot of people behind you. Oh man, what are we doing? We fishing? What do I do? Do I keep casting? Oh man, unbelievable.
Well, absolutely no further words necessary. What an unbelievable day and what an unbelievable life story for Cory Johnston. We've certainly watched him achieve a high point in his young life, but we are not done yet. A little more fishing left.
The Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite at Lake Tenkiller is brought to you by Mercury, Talon, Minn Kota, and by Humminbird.
The last day of the regular season for all these anglers in the Bassmaster Elite Series. This is the Cherokee Casino Tahlequah Bassmaster Elite. We're running down to the final minutes of fishing here on Lake Tenkiller. Certainly been a challenge all week long, but the man who was up to the challenge today, Cory Johnston, incredible interlude. His fish 2, 3, and 4 coming in rapid succession. He just added his 5th fish. He's looking good right now. A good lead over Chris Haldane, but there's a few minutes of fishing, as we say, left on this day, and we have not seen much this day of Kyle Monty, who started the day with the lead.
Big and oh, stay on there. Stay on there. Oh, stay on there. For the sake of my sanity, stay on there. Lost too many of them. That's what's been hitting that thing.
Oh, a tough final day for Kyle Monty. Just now getting his 3rd fish in the live well, but overall a good tournament. Overall a good final effort of the season for Kyle. Right now back over to Chris Haldane, who's put in a good day's work, but boy, still finds himself with a big deficit to Cory Johnston.
I think it's a helper, Smalley.
God,
Gosh, this one's fighting hard. I think, I don't know. Man, he fought hard. Yep, 16 and a quarter. Just at 16.
Well, it's a good one there for Chris Haldane.
Yeah.
About a 7-ounce upgrade. He's going to need more than that to get the lead back from Cory Johnston.
It's a big one. It is a freaking giant. If they beat me now, they earned it. If they beat me now, there's nothing more I can do. The last Molex jig I had, I pulled it out. I don't even know what to upgrade. Are you kidding me? What a day. What a day. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's certainly what you live for as a tournament bass angler. Your whole life can really be changed. Your whole career can be changed in one day. Not even a full day. In about 15 minutes for Cory Johnston. Only 6 bites, only 6 keeper bites. One day, 4 or 5 years after he joined the Elite Series for the first time, Cory Johnston has always dreamed of this moment. Today is certainly his day.
Oh, step on your rods. Oh.
Is that hectic or what?
Oh my gosh, that was wild. I was crying with you. It's so awesome, dude. It's so awesome. I'm sorry. Woo!
Thank you. That's about the best birthday present I could ask for.
Fear my heart, Cory Jacobson! At 35-3, looking for 13-4 to take the lead. 19 pounds, 12 ounces, 19-12, and with 54 pounds, 15 ounces, Cory Jacobson is your brand new leader. All the way from San Jose, California, time to get Zal dangerous for Chris Haldane. 14 pounds, 7 ounces. He moves into second place. And then there were 2. Let's roll through our final angler. Let's hear him making his first top 10 from Okeechobee, Florida, Monty. In his very first top 10, looking for 15.5, 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and for the first time in history, an Elite Series title goes down under!
Well, history being made right there, Davey Height. Now, everyone has their favorites out on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Sometimes they vary from tournament to tournament. I think every fan has got a place in their heart for Cory Johnston just because what he has been through. All the obstacles and the persistence and determination that has gotten him to here, this incredible moment.
No doubt about it, Tommy. I was there and actually saw Cory Johnston raise that trophy over his head, and I had chill bumps on the back of my neck. No doubt about it. Everyone happy to see him on his birthday, 35th birthday, about to get married in 2 weeks. Everything going right for Cory this week.
And he put the biggest limit up, not by a little bit, not by ounces or a pound and a half. He blew it away. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, it was really incredible, and it happened for the most part just within about 10 or 15 minutes. Unbelievable for Carl. Fishing that jig, having a lot of confidence. He knew he wasn't going to get a lot of bites, but was patient enough and truly wanted to win. He'd had a tough season. He was going for the win, and it worked out for him.
Well, that wraps up our season. Congrats to Carl Jacobson, that is for sure. The next time we see you, Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year from a little bit of a different environment, Lake St. Clair in Michigan. We'll see you then.